Accomplish it all in one day or 1 week or 1 month.
Gentlemen,
It's a lifelong
in the mix.
process. We're not asking you to try to accomplish it all in one day or 1 week or 1 month.
Hey, traders. Good to see y'all. Weekly candle on Bitcoin and all of crypto will be closing in 5 minutes. So I'm about 55 minutes late, or 50 minutes late whenever I started the stream, just because I was hanging with a family watching that playoff game that was definitely worth watching because it was amazing. And what an upset, kind of in the end. Yeah, that was great. Fun game. So I'm back now, made it back, and Bitcoin sitting right around 38K. Not much price action at all, just floating on up a little bit, and just, you know, I guess the cause for concern might be the 4 hour where you're making a high and about the slightly higher high, and just, I mean, that's just lower levels diverging, bearishly diverging for sure from one peak to a second peak. And here's the thing, man, right? I mean, like, look at the 60 on the RSI. I mean, you haven't, maybe you touched it. You did touch it a couple times in 2022. But if we're talking about, like, legitimately cracking it for real and starting to get in the mid 60s, that hasn't happened. If you see, the last time we've really, you know, been above 60, even December 27th was terrible. Remember, what is 60 on the RS, or on the Mac? I'm sorry. Dude, I just got home, so I'm like, okay, what is the bullish control zone on the relative strength index? Anything above 60. If you've been testing 60 technically as resistance this whole year, that's really bearish. I mean, that is not bullish stuff. You know, you got overbought around Christmas time. And that was it, man. And then even before then, like, look, you just, 60 is just resistance. You're never above it, right? Like that is like, that's it, dude. Since mid-November when we topped out, there has only been like kind of one time in months that the Bitcoin 4 hour RSI has been above 60 for more than like a candle or two. That's really, really crappy. And that's same thing, exact same thing with Ethereum. Like, that's why I have an alert set up on my freaking RSI. Can you believe that? Never do that. But just the fact that I zoomed out and looked left and just miserable downtrend, and that is just definitely a condition of an asset. Its RSI will look like that. So I don't really know how I like an asset that's just meandered on up, floated on up. I know Ethereum's up 20% from its lowest point. I mean, Bitcoin's up 15%, you know, in about a week from its lowest point. And now you're just hitting a second peak and you're really just struggling. There's no volume here, and that shows up on the 4 hour. I just, God, man, doesn't even matter if there's hopium on that daily and stuff. It's just, everything's just crap right now. You're not at any kind of strategic entry level. If anything, the argument could be getting presented that a reversal's coming, like you know, a sell-off, where it's like you confirm the top and then you draw down 88% from your previous low, and then it creates an M shape. Like, that happens a billion times, all markets, right? So it'd be nice to breach that. How do you go higher here with this presenting itself? Like, how? Yeah, we'll go with 60. No, I just kidding. We'll go to 59, and we'll just always don't. Okay, so. But yeah, I mean, look at the downtrend you've been in. If you just keep this price action up, you'll test that supply line again, but the supply line is going to be like 39K. It's just like you go sideways long enough, you'll eventually hit it. But you won't even come close to testing 40 to 42K, which is like the way more important area, I think. Just lame, dude. Just lame market conditions for, you know, if you want to be long and you want the hype songs, the hay songs, these are not conditions for it. These are conditions for the inverse hay song. Okay. We can go to the daily and just look at it for a sec. Sorry, this is the weekly arrows. Don't worry about it. But
Falling 3 methods watch on the 3-day chart.
I don't know why my TTS doesn't work on my side. It's so stupid, man. God. Wait, you can't even hear it either. Maybe that will fix it. I don't know. I changed something. So, all right. A new week has been born already. I'm live. Boom. Weekly candle close. Let's go to that weekly real quick, since it just is cemented in time. And unfortunately, man, it's not. It's look what happened on the weekly chat, like, where you candle high close from January 4th, candle high close from June 7th, right? Peaks all of a sudden was resistance. Is resistance again.
Classic bullish divergence at historical range lows. Back testing a massive spring. Zoom into the 4HR for shark patterns. If you have time, quickly go to the BTC pair weekly. You'll like it. Cheers.
What's up, 360 dude? Thank you, man, for the 20 euro super chat. Yeah, we'll go there. We'll look at it. It's just gonna do what Bitcoin does. You know that, right? I mean, like, Bitcoin rallies, then REQ is gonna rally to request network. Will rally to Bitcoin. Wants to respect that what was once resistance is resistance again after a bearish and golden candle. I mean, and it's gonna dump from that if it catches follow through after rejecting or confirming those levels are resistance again, and it dumps. I mean, Rex ruined. Nothing bullish. No indicator that is technical on any of these altcoins is gonna play out if Bitcoin wants to draw down more. Okay, so it's like, because the trend is downtrending, right? So bullish indicators and bearish trends, bearish conditions are going to be less reliable, and they very well, if they did play out and were reliable, they would oftentimes underperform. But yeah, definitely. I mean, at the same time, it's like maybe a little bit more to limit the downside, at least for the short term, just because you made an 88% retrace from your June lows to your all-time highs. I mean, you are down at the levels where it is the downside becomes a little bit more limited, and it's inherently some of the worst places you would want to be going short, right? If you wanted to take advantage of the market not being good, market conditions not being good, right? Normally, I'm just saying, like, you would rather be taking shorts at top. I didn't know the top was in, but you normally want to be taking shorts or buying puts on stocks, right, when an asset is at inflection points or near inflection points on second test, and then bearish and golden candles come in, right, and then you fall below critical resistance points that were resistance, they become resistance again. I mean, those are the lower risk areas for shorts, you know what I'm saying? So there could be more downside if this is really resistance again, but again, it's like it would be like selling low, right? Short selling, you would be selling low down here at value perceived areas for longs, right? But for those longs where there's value perceived areas, there's no confirmation. So maybe it did bottom out at the 886, but you don't know. No one knows. So how can anyone have true, strong confidence to believe the bottom really is in on Bitcoin right now? You don't know until you maybe get a double bottom or something on a less significant time scale, even like the 4 hour or the daily. You have no confirmation. So that's your weekly on Bitcoin, and you are still below 40 in the bearish control zone on the weekly, right? Seldom do you spend time below 40, chat. I mean, when you're below 40, you're literally in a bear market. I'm saying historically, not right now. I don't like bear market as in, oh, it's a huge markdown correction. We're going to last for 6 months like the last time. So I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, here's 40, here's your weekly RSI, and this was a historical event that we'll never forget. That maybe in textbooks, right, where you had that was the capitulatory event where Bitcoin lost 55% of its value in 5 weeks when it broke 6K eventually. And then this was the COVID crash, right? And this was when you went through your bear market, no trend, before you eventually finally bottomed out after a massive double bottom and rallied and broke that and began a new uptrend when that was breached in June 2015. I think it was a little earlier when it was on the way up, but I'm just saying, either way, right? You are in true, confirmed, real bear markets when you're below 40 on the RSI. Maybe not now, but historically, yes. Okay, those were real. Right now, I don't know, and I'm not trying to act like I do know, or like I'm some sort of answer man. I would just analyze the charts, right? So, Bitcoin on the new week, 5 minutes now, nothing, and some serious invalidation would have to happen here, I guess. Like, all of a sudden you're just going to start rallying and start building positive momentum again. But at one high, no one knows. Second high, that might be confirmation. Maybe that a local top's in. One, no one knows. 2 times, yep, maybe. Okay. 1 time, really, down here. Do people really know the bottom's in? I don't think so. We'll see. Okay, let's go to Ethereum. You know, I mean, like, dude, you got the right idea. You know, you're at the 786 deep retrace, potential value perceived areas. You're also in the oversold area of a downtrend, right? When you're in a downtrend, chat, you have two trend lines parallel, right? The bottom trend line is the demand line. I also would consider it, if you're in a downtrend and you're at the heart line, you're kind of at the, okay, that's a fair price in the downtrend. And then when you get to the bottom of the trend line, I think it is an oversold area of the downtrend. And then when you get to the top, it is like you were overbought in a downtrend when you're hitting those levels. So we were oversold in the downtrend. Clearly the RSI was implying that too, right? But now you've created some sort of potential momentum shifting structure. There's a higher low that got put in, and I plotted these little curve lines just so you can see, maybe, so we can all identify together maybe what could be happening. But at the same time, what's very weak is you shouldn't be like spending all this time testing this candle high close on the 4 hour from January 26th as a resistance, and then just like losing all your positive momentum you were building. No volume, of course, because it's the weekend or whatever, but it's just really weak price action in the middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere. You're testing this low from September 22nd as a resistance, like kind of twice now. You just can't be like, there's the argument for bulls is just not really there. Like, I mean, I get the daily on Bitcoin where you broke the RSI trend line. That's cool, man. Like, I'm not gonna argue and say that's awesome. But like, you know how easy it'd be. Like you still broke out. Like, that's still real. Until, yeah, like all you have to do is just start selling off on the new week, and then it becomes failed and just falls right back below it, and then eventually you get oversold again because you're in a downtrend. This is your downtrend. You can clearly see it. Oh, crypto, man. I miss the day. Like, I think like all the new market participants ruined this market, dude. Like, it was such a nice market, man. Dang, dude. We had all kinds of fun times, and then it's just like, now it's just not the same. 55% of all market participants joined crypto or Bitcoin in 2021. Or how many years were we participating in crypto before 2021? Many years, and it's just, oh. But yeah, anyway, there is, right? You understand what I'm saying? If you look at the daily, it's cool we hit an 886, but no one knows the bottom's in. No one really knows. I mean, it's there, but no confirmation. You know how sad this is? How pathetic this is? Unless some volume comes in, because the index funds are oversold and Bitcoin catches some bids too, because it's literally just a tech stock now. I mean, it's almost inevitable that you could visualize what's coming, right? Hidden bearish divergence on Bitcoin's gonna happen. Look, here's your high, here's your positive momentum island, and then you're gonna make a substantially lower high no matter where you go. Unless you exceed a high of 44K, you will show inevitable hidden bearish divergence and pending price action continuation downwards. So you cannot be confident. Even if it does rally hard, you can't. It's just, there's not much indication, but just besides maybe value perceived areas on Bitcoin. It just kind of just turns you off, dude. Like, you can't do anything. Like, the market can't. Look at this total market cap, right? First time, I guess no one knew. Second time, you have failed again. Right? What is that? What is that level? It's not a joke. I mean, that is your zone of inflection back from February. And you're testing it on the 4 hour for the second time and reject. You're saying no, we will not break this. There is too much supply here, not enough demand. Okay, well, normally the first time you don't know, second time, that's when it normally begins to actually roll over. So you can't be surprised, I guess, if it does, right? Pray for the index funds at this point. We always say pray for Bitcoin. Not anymore. You better pray for the index funds. That's it. Because Bitcoin will rally with the index funds, sure. Man, markets have changed, haven't they? Anything bullish, just any argument that's bullish, just always underperforms, and sometimes just completely gets wrecked. And total anyway. Let's what do we got? Total daily still, right? I mean, just awful. Like, I wouldn't worry about the volume. Volume is just stupid, broken here. That doesn't make sense. So, yeah. Can anyone in here tell me how this is bullish when what was once the first resistance of all time, on an asset that is just making consecutive lower highs, lower lows for multiple months, just breaks it and then back tests it as resistance, and that's all it does? I mean, I just saying, like, right? I mean, can you present to me a bullish argument for that? How? I hope it's just a failed, you know, breakdown and just not enough follow through, and then you just start rallying randomly with the index funds. But yeah, and you're at the heart line. Look, the heart line's been a support before. It's been a support before. Now it's acting maybe as resistance. Dang, man. Give me something, dude. Now let's go to Ethereum's weekly too. Can I do that? I mean, look, dude, here's your Ethereum weekly. Oh, is that a bullish pin bar? Maybe. It also could just be a trash indecision candle. Ooh, what do you have backing up this potential pin bar? Nothing. Literally nothing backing it up. Your negative momentum clearly at its highest levels literally ever on the weekly. You've never seen negative momentum this high, including last week. So yeah, a lot of price action can happen. It could keep building, or it can actually start rallying and losing that negative momentum. But for now, you have a new record on the new week. RSI, you know, still down at 38. So you're below 40, right? You don't want to be below 40, chat, for long. There's your 40. That's very rare that you get below 40 and stay below it, because they're normally historical events that occur. Look at that. Even on the COVID crash, you only got to 39. You're lower than you were on the weekly than at the lowest point of the COVID crash when Ethereum saw $83 at its nadir. Cool though, 786. So it's like inherently not the best area to be trying to take fresh shorts, just because it could be at value perceived areas from its previous discernible swing low. I mean, other than that though, it's pretty awful. I mean, it did just go test the weekly candle high close from May of 2021 as a resistance, and I mean, I'm talking touched it pretty much perfectly, and then never saw those prices again. And now it's just sitting here. Could just barely have a huge red candle again, right? Oh, what's been the theme for, you know, since the top? Anytime you show just an indecision green candle, oh God, look out for next week. Could be terrible. All right, I mean, the week of November 22nd, you know what happened the next week, and then here's a green candle, somewhat December 20th, and here's another green candle, January 10th. Okay, all right, here's another one. It's been the theme the next week. I don't even need to tell you, right? I mean, it's like
every day I check the price, bad price.
Yep, pretty much. Why not more? Why not, dude? Like, if this was real, I mean, if this was a true market, like it wasn't clown market, wouldn't this be playing out now? Wouldn't like, oh yeah, you've confirmed a higher low, let's rally, but you can't even break a pathetic candle high close from January 26th. You can't even. You're just not gonna do it. And again, like Bitcoin, you have the same thing on the RSI or on the MACD histogram, like that high, and then the exact same high with lower levels. And oh, here's the other thing about yeah, Ethereum. Here's your 60. Just notice the trend, like how bad it is. You know, it's like look what happens in downtrends. All right, so November 30th. Okay, you got overbought for the last time. We hadn't been overbought on the 4-hour since November 30th. So since then, you've had a couple spikes where you got above 60, and we're talking for a day. For a day, you were over 60. Around Christmas, and then you were over 60 for less than a day on the 12th of January. So I mean, it's just like
rally.
I mean, like, maybe that dumb doesn't happen, but how do you have confidence based on traditional technical analysis that it's going to keep rallying up? You can't. You can't have much confidence. The argument is just so weak. Like, here's your argument. We've made 886s and 786s from previous discernible swing lows one time. That's your argument. That's not a very good argument. But I get you. I understand. That's pretty deep retrace, man, for sure. Okay. Hey, that worked. I can hear the TTS now on my side. Yeah, I think something just changed when I switched my monitors out. Cool. So 360. Thank you, dude. All right, so that's your Ethereum, Bitcoin. Let's go to Binance Coin. That smelled like a rat. I mean, remember, like, okay, these maybe showing something. Not even really Bitcoin, but BNB. We looked at this yesterday on stream, and it's just, dude, how do you be bullish on this? I get you. I understand. 88% retrace from your previous low. Pattern completion zone of a very nice bullish bat pattern. Yes, those are real. Those are real things. I mean, that's awesome. That could be value perceived in an uptrend. But the issue is the macro. The issue is the consolidation at this level. I mean, this is until something changes, this is a textbook bear flag. Like, you know, and the reason why it's consolidating and why the selling stopped is because there were limit orders. This was a critical level of inflection that if you don't hold it, you will be going down to like $250 and maybe even $200. Like if you don't hold this. So of course, after such violent selling from the previous, after back testing the previous size resistance, you crash straight down the next level. Okay. Well, after a dump like that, it's almost impossible. It's not possible, pretty much, unless something serious is going on in the index funds and macro, where this area wouldn't just hold for a little bit. Because you're so oversold on the relative strength index, you're nuclear, that a reaction is going to occur. This is your reaction. You like that reaction where it just turns into a bear flag and a downtrend? You can't like it. You just can't feel confident. Looking at this structure makes me just be like... But yeah, it just, again, to me, it reminds me of like PayPal that hit its own pattern completion zone. And this is the type of action we're getting, the price action we're getting. It's miserable. It's terrible. Okay. Cool though, dude, man. I mean, yeah, it's still above support, so it's not over yet. So you can't say it's certain. Just, you know, whatever. It was oversold, and now it's not oversold. Now it's completely reset the oscillators and is certainly below 60 on the 4-hour. That's not bullish. Okay, let's go to Cardano now. Again, Cardano, man, like, we know where we are. We know where you are, Cardano. You can't, it's different. It's different than it was early 2021, mid 2021. It's over, right? What's the difference? The side of momentum you are on. You are not on the side of momentum that is bullish anymore. You are on the bearish side of momentum now, and you're sitting at this level.
Like they could roll over. Thanks.
I mean, like, dude, you know, you can post a trade setup on dot because of the 1618 pattern completion zone of that harmonic at a critical support. All the things that if it was a bullish condition, that would outperform and do wonderfully and hit all the targets and probably go double them. But you're not. The buying climax is everywhere. They changed things. So the context of hitting $1 last year is not at all the same context as you hitting support now. When you are in a confirmed, well-established downtrend on Cardano. Undeniable. There is just absorption of the remaining demand occurring on this. And once the demand is completely absorbed by the sellers, this will collapse. And you will see a 20% markdown in price maybe within a day. It could be worse or not as bad, but you're going to see one of those, oh, okay, you wake up, there's blood everywhere, and Cardano broke $1. And it's on its way to 40 cents. You just wait and see, crypto children of summer. When you get in conditions like this, man, these will go for full resets from their first low, right? They will make 886s from the low from the COVID crash when it wasn't even 1 penny. COVID crash low, it was 1.9 cents. Like, I'm talking, you're at the point where if you see 37 cents, it wouldn't be weird, because crypto, that's all it does. These things go on these insane cycles and then they top out buying climaxes, they go into corrections, bear trends, and then they backtest old support that was manufactured just last year, and then they break it, and then they go down and make full resets. And look where the 886 is confluent, chat. The 886 is confluent with this high from May of 2018 on the Binance chart. Yep, X marks the spot. I feel comfortable to believe. I really do think that Cardano in the next month or two is probably going to see a dollar be broken. And you will see the 786 at least, 67 cents. Okay, whatever. Oh, that right there, that's confirmation. Market participants have gained confirmation that the top's in the downtrend January 17th when it peaked out and failed to hold above 145, 148. Other side of momentum. Anything bullish will underperform and fail. Oh, but we're at support. You're making lower highs, lower lows though, for months. That's the difference. So I just Cardano, and then we will look at Sol, which Sol is, that is, unless you're shorting, off limits until you get to maybe 46 to 50 cents, maybe even 56 cents, but even then I don't think it's that great. We'll be looking for a full reset, right? We're looking for the M, we're looking for the 886 value perceived areas, and there's no edge. Daily is not implying that sellers are exhausted at all. No, this is getting ready to roll over again. The way some of these altcoins look, it's almost like, how could Bitcoin not dump violently again? How could it not go to make a second test at 33K? Because when or if Bitcoin tries to go test those 33K lows again, these altcoins will continue their markdown while Bitcoin dominance continues to rally hard. Even while Bitcoin's dumping, Bitcoin dominance will rally hard and go back up to maybe 50%. Yeah, man, I just think it's just there used to be good times, man. If you were around for, after the COVID crash when things bottomed out and we started rallying again, man, you had like 21 months of just amazing opportunities to take longs on assets. The bullish patterns would present themselves. They would even a lot of times give us those confirmation lows, and then they would go, and then they would outperform, hit targets, exceed targets, and rally onward. And it was like a freaking awesome movie, right? And now we're not in those market conditions anymore. Things have changed. That what once was is no more. And you normally need to lose serious amounts of the value from the previous low to high. You need to see 886's 100% retraces before eventually that composite operator decides, hey, it's maybe time to start buying the bottom again. Yeah, because we're deep areas now. But dude, not Sol is a great example of something to not touch at all until you see 50 cents. I mean, dude, I want hopium. I even told you about some hopium to smoke yesterday on Bitcoin on the daily because it was happening. Remember, it's like I reported. I don't know if it's going to play out. But Bullish and Golden Can on the weekly reported it. It didn't play out. It failed. It was invalidated. That probably isn't. That's nothing enough of a good argument to say that we're reversing here. No, not at all, man. You'll probably get oversold again. You'll probably go down to 30 again, before you start showing divergence or something. But we know, wherever this tops out at, it could be now. It could have already been topping out. It's so pathetic, this price action. Hidden bearish divergence will occur. It's like inevitable. It's already imminent. It's already beginning to develop. And you got until about $44,000 for it to be invalidated, which we know is probably not going to happen. Yeah, dude. So they're your big cryptos. I guess we could just look at that one request. Yeah, dude, my days are number 2 as a streamer. Gonna have to start getting advertisements with scams for y'all. Okay, request network. Where's the data? Here's your wreck coin that has been wrecked once more. That looks not promising at all. There's nothing about this price action locally, just looking at the 4 hour, that makes me want to go buy. This makes me think it's going to dump again. It's about to go see 16 cents. That's what it looks like to me. What are you doing locally? You had a huge markdown, and this is your price. This is a bear flag. This is like a really nice little bear flag right here on the 4 hour. I love it. Or I love it. At least the you know, that's it. It's a markdown and then slightly trash up sloping low volume consolidation. I get it though. It's at an 88% retrace. It's lost 80. It's lost more than that, dude. Just saying. It's lost about 95% of its value from that September low. Yeah, dude, 95%. And you're telling me this is the price action you're getting at this level? It might be going for just 100% reset, man. Yeah, there was divergence. There was, look, you understand, this is something that's real. When you have divergence that's so apparent and so good looking and it's happening in oversold territory, and this is the follow-through price action you get after divergence that's so powerful looking, you know the market conditions then. You know, hey, our bullish indicators are failing miserably right now. We're very much bearish. You cannot be bullish until all of a sudden your indicators start actually performing and catching bids. There gotta be a reason, and it's just so bad right now. So bad on rec.
Hey Mitch, happy Sunday.
But yeah, I mean,
Question,
sure.
when is the Mitch
Absolutely.
Radau coming out?
Your daily, though, is something else, isn't it? It looks amazing. It's like, yeah, that's some insane triple bullish divergence in the MACD histogram. Yeah. Awesome looking stuff at very deep value perceived areas. Sure. But your RSI is not oversold. Your RSI is just sitting at 36 in the bearish control zone. It can get oversold. It hasn't been oversold since September 2021. Yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see if request reverses off of this when Bitcoin has no reason. You have no reason to believe Bitcoin's going to extend on and continue its rally when it actually looks like it's about to reverse here. If Bitcoin reverses, somehow request network rallies here, it won't. Request network will just dump again. Yeah, I think you're looking for a target 18 to 16 cents down here. Yeah, it's an M shape, I guess. Sure, M shape. Divergence. But the M shape's already below its pattern completion zone. If anything, you could say it recovered on the 10th and hit that PCZ and rallied, and that was it. That's it? That's bad.
Strong. Can we check it out regardless of the macro? Thanks, Mitch.
What's up, Samir, dude? What's up, Hollywood Superfly? Thank y'all for the contributions. Mitch Ray DAO coming out. Oh, I mean, I already have my. It's not a DAO, but it's an LLC. I have my own company, but like not a crypto. Probably never. I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, like, you know, this is the way the streams are now. You know, because of the market conditions. I don't think it's anything happening besides market conditions are just so poor now that concurrent viewership is going to dwindle. Everything's going to dwindle. Like it's going to be like bear market for stream. Oh, Nawab, thanks for the 669 super chat. Yep. How's Dot looking? Again, like, wow, man. Is that the next request too? Oh, perfect timing. All right. Yeah, dude. Like, you are showing. Like, if say the context wasn't like trash bear trend, this would be awesome looking. I mean, this would be like you think about. Oh, it's at a support critical inflection area. It was actually yesterday above that. Now it's below it. Now it's back below it, and it won't play out probably. Like Bitcoin dumps is done, dude. It's over. Like this thing will fail miserably and just mark down, right? You know what it'll do? You know what it's doing, right? It's trying to pull a PayPal maybe right now. I mean, it's not dead yet, but it's pretty close. I mean, you just that right there, one time you sold off. Ooh, maybe confirmation. You rallied, pathetic performance. Can't break resistance support from history. You sell off again, and then you rally once more, and you actually make somehow a lower high than the previous high on the 4 hour. It's just such miserable price action. At a pattern completion zone where in bullish conditions this would be amazing. This would rally on up to $25, $24. Yeah, of course. But it's the conditions and the context are very important, man. Very, very important. You know, this reminds me more, right, or less of something kind of like PayPal, right? It was the pattern completion zone of the same harmonic, different market, and then this consolidation occurred. And what happened? Bear pole, bear flag. You just started bearish consolidation at the PCZ, which is cool. But when you start seeing that, like BNB, you just can't be confident because you know it could very well continue the downtrend. underperformance, no
Donald
bids really.
Putin's rum tip
Just reset the oscillators.
$27.76. Bear market. Thoughtful face. Show me a harmonic on UBT Unibright. It really bounced at 78 cent lows.
Okay. We'll do it, dude. Thank you, Rump Man. Thank you, dude. We'll take gander. But yeah, in downtrends, you cannot be relying on the harmonics. But in ways you can, because you can identify that if it was bullish, this is where it reversed more considerably. But when you start seeing such underperformance at these PCZs, you start understanding, engaging. Okay, these are meant to try to find us bottoms. But when it finds the bottom temporarily, only to reset the oscillators in the daily and 4 hour because they got nuclear oversold, that's when you understand. Okay, these are great, but we now know, like, it seems very real possibility that BNB maybe does this next, or at least goes to 330 to test the bottom again. But it could very well just be setting up for lower prices. Litmus, these harmonics, right? The litmus test of the market conditions. Market conditions, when these patterns start underperforming and then they perform terribly and then they fail, you know what kind of trend you're still in. You're still in the bear trend. Okay. So then it's like, all right, reasonable to believe that you've got some sort of this is the new anchor point, right? What's the real 886 chat? The real 886 from this low from May to this almost all-time high, the 886 is 261. So you got another big M shape of some sort, right, in development, and it's just still on the way down like SOL. But, you know, I mean, that is like, it was a support once in July, but like, yeah, that would be, once it breaks this, if this bearish consolidation plays out and dumps again, I mean, I think you're looking for a 260 target on BNB, and it'd be a deep value area. Anchor for Samir. Yeah, nice violent reaction from one level to the next. Yeah, there was like zero edge when it rallied. And now it's just at the zone. And like, you can imagine, if it can't break 8.3 cents, it'll go for a type 2. It'll go to maybe go test 5.86 cents again.
Also, as ETH is getting forked again this year, Pulse Chain, the fundamentals on crypto may change a little.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. Normally we'll go for full resets and downtrends that last for months.
Chainlink/used, please.
What's up, Daniel? Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Link too. So, I don't know. I mean, no action to take on this. Yeah, it hit an 88% retrace like Bitcoin and Ethereum, or Ethereum hit the 786. Yeah, from that low from June, and reacted. You caught yourself a reaction just to run up to levels of inflection, and that's it. No edge, nothing. Right? It's just that happened. Bitcoin caught a reaction. You know, Ethereum, right around where it is now, it's up 20% from its nadir, from its lowest point of that dump we saw earlier this month, right? 20% up. Bitcoin's up 15% from its lows. So this one's up too, pretty well, but it was only one time. We don't know that the bottom's in. No one knows. So you just, between 6 cents and 8 cents, it's a straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up situation. So you can't break 8 cents, you start selling again, you going down straight to 6 cents again. And maybe on the second time you start rounding out, start showing some reasons, exhaustion, it might be actionable. But for now, yeah, you catch reflexive rallies. Just like the S&P next week could very well probably catch a reflexive rally, but it doesn't mean it's gonna recapture its previous all-time highs. I think you're gonna catch that reflexive rally, make a lower high, and then dump and roll over again, and then eventually make a lower low, and then we in a correction, man. That could last a while, man. You want to see something that's not good? Dang, I don't even pull this up. someone posted in Patreon last night. It's nuts. Yeah, let me repost it so I can show it. Man, that's not really what you want to see at all. Like for index funds anyway. Look at this. Okay, we're in a midterm year. Midterm years see a large pullback, but returns a year later are great. So it's like since 1950 to 2018, look what happens during the year of midterms. There has not been one single year since 1950 where the S&P or the index funds actually are in the green. But then the next year, it's unbelievable gains. So what happens just like if the trend remains the same? Oh, God, here we go. It's like Georgia hadn't beaten Alabama in over a decade, 15 years. Okay, time to bet on them. All right, so it would be like almost the same thing here. Well, all right, well, all these other years, we haven't seen positive, percentage gains on that year. But this year is different, right? Let's bet on that. Hard to want to do that, right? I mean, logically, it's just, that's not good, man. So, I mean, we're in that year. We're on the year where it's almost certain that it's bad for the S&P, negative returns. So, that's terrible for Bitcoin, crypto. I'm sorry, man. I know you want it to be an alternative thing, but when the S&P is down, doing bad, crypto's doing bad too. There are passing correlations and all that, but when Bitcoin or when the stock market's really not doing well, crypto's not either, and won't. So Anchor, I don't know how you could say this is strong. How is this strong when you look at the weekly? When you look at the weekly, and it confirmed the top. It confirmed the top. Yeah, that was a nice tweezer little bottom, potentially. No, I think... so I think that in July, it was awesome. Well, I mean, there was no support here, actually, on the weekly. It was Rudy Poo. But now that you're back at it, just know, if this market rolls over, if Bitcoin goes to see 33K again, I think Anchor is going to fall below 6 cents. I think all these alts at these critical inflection points or whatever from July, August, wherever, are going to break, and then they're going to, all those gains on the way up will disappear. This markup that we saw, from February of 2021 to March, April, that'll disappear. They'll be all gone, and they'll get right back down to these, more reasonable levels. There's actually maybe a little bit of support resistance created. Okay, so... God, I hope it reverses, man. Okay. Oh, reverses. What, UBT? I thought... Oh, there's Uniswap and there's Unibright. Okay. Yikes. Bad start. Just looking at UBT. I guess I've been here. Someone requested it. Oh, 886. No reaction. Zero reaction, man. Zero. Nice bull market we got here, Kappa. No, you're at critical support, man. Again, right? See, that's the problem. It's like Cardano. You're right back at $1 on Cardano. Oh, dude, it's never not held. Yeah, well, the context is different than it was back when it never didn't hold, right? When it always held. Conditions were different. Now conditions are not as they were, and you're right back at the support, just sitting there. Down 8% on the new day already, or maybe not because it's Bittrex and could be off. It's still maybe yesterday. I don't know. It's just look at the histogram. Look at the RSI on the weekly. There is nothing implying that this thing's gonna reverse soon on the most significant time scale. This is all-time lows on the RSI right now. 35 bearish control zone. So your weekly, not a good start. Not a good start at all. Yeah, and here's the thing that's also depressing. I mean, the asset's hitting an 88% retrace. These are value perceived areas. Just like Bitcoin, Yeah, it held on, man. The daily wasn't even really showing bullish divergence. So yeah, these are levels where you catch reactions, and then you rally, you underperform, you make lower highs than your previous highs, and you sell off and you go test the level for a second time, and you very well could roll over on that second time. But maybe, just maybe on the second time, you hold and begin to reverse. And on that second time holding, that could be actionable for a long. But on the first time of testing it, you're testing it now once. How could you or anyone, this market participant, be confident to believe the bottom's in on the first test? You can't have confidence. I'm sorry. You just can't. So cool, we'll stare at it, we'll look at it, we'll monitor 76 cents. That is critical. It's been a support a bunch of times. It is again, but look, very weak. Look back here, man. Look at all the crazy price action you got, you know. And here it's just like, look at the wicks, the crazy wicks. And once it tests, it rallies hard. And now it's just, oh, it barely moved a couple days and down 8% today. Yeah, man. It's just like, okay, dude. Great. Weak argument, man. For now, you need more data if you want a stronger argument. And that takes, unfortunately, time that a lot of people don't have. Dude, I'm looking at Hex again, man. I'm just, you know, you got this kind of Gartley here that's at the PCZ. It hasn't moved in a week. It's literally the same price it was at, you know, the 22nd. So it kind of, this is not normally kind of not what you want to see. If you're at a pattern completion zone and you hit it and you don't react for over a week, I don't know how much I can say that's bullish. Right? When you hit these 786s, 886s, you normally want to start catching some real reactions. Start rallying for a reaction low where you get a 38% retrace from previous high to the low. You haven't done anything. It just sat here. Just skating above 17 cents, man. Yeah, you're still showing some very real bullish divergence. Right there, and it's about to go positive or negative. Start building negative Momo again for dumping below that support. But where are the bids? They're not here. No one's buying this asset at this level that in really bullish conditions would probably catch a lot of bids and already be well off those, off the pattern completion zone. John Travolta, no bids anywhere. Nowhere in crypto, really. I mean, like, there's one coin that's doing things. Dude, get out of here, man. Just wait, too, because that thing that's performing, just wait till, give it a week, and we'll see how it's doing. Probably catch right back up with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin volatility picks up and we start really rolling over, yeah. Yeah, I don't like when harmonics just complete and then they don't really do anything for an extended amount of time after supports. That's terrible. Like, no thanks to anything crypto, really. Wanting to be like genuinely long on something in crypto right now, I don't have enough evidence for that to be like, oh, I can't wait to go deep on crypto because I know it's going to be a good couple of weeks or months, or, you know, the cycle's going bullish again. There's just none of that exists yet. But it did at one time, and we were here live for it too. That's what's crazy. We were here doing all that stuff when things were looking real good again. Oh my God, here we go. Moon. Look at this sheer underperformance, this harmonic. I mean, the rally, it was best performing one, and then just look at Bitcoin rolls over. Look what it catches back up. Yeah, of course. You're showing bullish divergence. You're oversold again. Yeah, it's very real daily bullish divergence on Link on the RSI. But again, man, like, it's not going to perform if Bitcoin is rolling over already, man, on the new way. You see what I'm saying? The confirmation high. Yeah, dude. Get ready, man. Just get ready, chat.
Hi.
Bearish and golden candle. You broke this. You see what I'm saying? The sheer underperformance of anything that looks somewhat bullish just is going to do this, and then it's probably going to break it and then just start rolling over again and be going to test $14, $13 again. Yeah, dude. You cannot be bullish in these conditions. You can't even be long, because anything you try to long will fail when you're just making consecutive lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Great. Well, oh, day. Dude, we had one day, really, where Bitcoin went up from 33K to 36K, 37K, and now it's breaking 37K. Do you get how bearish this market is? It's not bullish. If we were bullish, I'm telling you, this thing would have already rallied and run up to test 40K. So you just, you tell me, man, can you present an argument to me that is good for bulls? Like very good for bulls at all, man? Yeah, you can't, man. You literally can't. And this will probably last a while too. I don't really see how this is gonna. Oh, it's gonna be over in a week, man. Just your index funds. Let's look at the S&P 500 futures while we're at it, because
SQQQ, please. Cup and handle forming.
Why would we look at the SQs? Why don't we just look at the Qs and make a determination that yeah, it's worth buying a put or something, or going short. Here's your S&P 500 futures. What kind of? Oh, this looks so bull. I'm so excited about futures. I can't wait, dude. A monthly bearish divergence. So amazing. Monthly bearish divergence. Markdown. Slightly upsloping consolidation. Technically hidden bearish divergence. Whatever way you want to look at it. From this high to the substantially lower high on MACD. Yeah, look, think about it. It could rally up to 4,500 and still inside this flag. This bearish consolidation. You don't have to call it a flag if you don't want to. You just call it bearish consolidation. And go to 45.30. Shoot, dude, if it keeps extending on, and go to almost 45.50. Alright, let's move on. We looked at the link. Let's look at BBIG, the next request. Lord, man. I don't know, you keep asking about it, right? You keep requesting it, and oh yeah, dude, it dumped again. Wow. Maybe let's go over type 2. What is industrial conglomerate? Okay. Yeah, I guess it's getting near 220 again. I mean, maybe it's showing hidden bullish divergence here on the 4 hour. Maybe. Look, you got a low and then maybe a higher low. It's trying to bottom out. Let's look at the daily though. Where you definitely want to always be looking at the daily. Like, it's no longer showing accumulation, right? From the low of August to the low January, same low. Pretty bad performance. I don't know, man. I would think that probably your lowest risk area is 168. I just don't know how much you want to be like looking at stuff like this when we got like a potential recession going on and a complete reversal in the trend on the index funds. And you're not really at the low point, at the support 220 or 168 or 133.
Brother,
you're at
thanks
292.
for continuing to show up every day.
What's up, Zachary Schneiderman? Thank you, dude, for the 1776 American contribution. There's an M shape. Okay, then come down to 220 again and confirm it for me. Other than that, I feel like it's like it had the composite operator accumulated his position and then he ran it up and it's over. The cycle's over. Like this is just kind of a more short-lived composite man thing where he acquires a position for years, long time, and then marks it up and then offloads it all. Looks like the top from May 2018. It's over. He's like done. And then he offloads even more position here, or less, the remainder of his position, and now it's right back. So composite man, he's in and out. So I don't know what's gonna happen. What do the index funds do terrible? How's this gonna fare truly in a lower high, lower low market? Bro, it's not even something like looking at the SQs. Like, why? We could just look at the QQQ. Look at the QQQ. He wants to look at the SQs though, which I guess I'll look at for a sec. I mean, all it does is make lower lows, lower highs, because there's decay, and also it's bucking the insane parabolic uptrend. Yeah, right. So why look at a derivative like this? There's just nothing you can do. Like, it just... So we just look at the QQQ. Okay? And the QQQ had an extremely strong rally on Friday. But as you can clearly see, still below the support from July last year, 352. Still below it. But it did somehow hold the peaks just below it. And here's the issue, you know, with this one. Same type of potential argument for bearish consolidation. And the only reason it didn't roll over because nuclear on the RSI on the daily at support. So it's impossible almost for this support to not hold, at least temporarily, for some consolidation to occur. So you look at the daily, right? What did it do? It hit the lowest low on the RSI that it had seen since October 2018. It was substantially lower than the COVID crash lows, substantially lower. So when you get that oversold historically, you react. This is it. That's your reaction. So not very good so far, but you know, you've reset the oscillator. You're at 35 back in the bearish control zone. A lot of downside potential if market participants want to push it down again. So you're just sandwiched between two peaks and two valleys. You're holding it as support, but I think it's only to reset that RSI. And once the RSI gets completely reset, hey, dude, think about the Q. You go to 360. 360, and it's above the support resistance. Nice. But remember, until it breaks above, like up here, the argument is being presented, the trend is reversing. Okay, until you eventually break 400, 405. You know, even if this becomes something else, it could evolve. There's not much data on it. So it could end up, you know, rallying up, whatever, and then making a lower high here and start rolling over. And that's when I think we know. That's when it's over. That's like when I see another lower high on the Qs, even though it's already put in 2 lower highs, even on the daily. Right? It's already put in the lower highs in the previous high. So, I mean, you give me one more of those, it's done. Like, you couldn't put a gun to my head and make me buy an index fund once that happens. So I think there will be a rally, a reflexive rally of some sort. So far, it hasn't really gone very far. And that's it, man. So you're on the SQQ. These probably aren't like the most amazing areas now to be owning the SQQ because we just talked about what could happen, right? It could continue to rally some. You know, it could go up to test the 200-day simple moving average at 365 as resistance. It just blasted through it. Remember, it blasted through it like it was nothing. Just like it did. Well, actually, even during the COVID crash, it caught the dead cat bounce after testing, right? That's crazy, man. Look at that 200-day. So what'd you do? You'll be looking for a dead cat bounce. Or you just get violent dumping. Okay, you test a 200-day simple moving average. Then you rally. What'd you do? You rally 50%. That's a textbook dead cat bounce. After a crash, attempted pathetic rally that retraces 50%, and at that 50% or 618, it's in that zone, you then begin to re-roll over. Okay, so we'll be looking for a dead cat. What will be a dead cat for the Qs? Just, you know, thinking out loud. What will be the dead cat here? 50%. From the high to the low. Dude, you could run to 371. You'd be paying attention to that Fibonacci 371 on the Qs. And it would be fast. It wouldn't be methodical probably. It would be like, oh my God, we're V-shaping, and then that's it. And then it starts rolling over again there. Be paying attention to that stuff. And thanks for the, I don't know, 740 people here. See what I'm saying? Oh, I'll be down to like 300 viewers by the bottom. When the bottom truly comes in, I'll be at like 300 viewers, chat. Yep. I'll be back to 2018 again. Or whatever. 2019. Yeah, dude. What was once, chat, on total, a resistance is, and then support, and then resistance, and then support, is now resistance. My God, if you just go by literally every single effing time it's been regarded, it's reversed after the test. The test, moon. The test, dump. The test, big rally. The test, you rolled over or something. But that was one time it actually didn't, you know. But now you can, and it's just the heart line of the downtrend too. The heart line and the inflection one, just bad stuff, man. Very bad price action. That is bearish price action. You flip it though. You flip this. You say, "Dang, dude, what was once a resistance, support is now support again." Support again. Yikes, dude. Any more requests? Thanks for the 341 likes. You see how bad it is, man? I can't even get 420 likes. Yikes, dude. Elon Musk would be disappointed. Yeah, that was it. There are no more requests. We got through them. So, yeah, bearish all around. Nothing, no bullish setup would play out. I hope you're cognizant and aware of that. Look at the S&P. I mean, the 200-day some moving average, you were below it, and you testing it as resistance, right? And it's just bad, man. I think easily on the S&P, like the continuation of the reflection route, you go to 45.50 and test what was once a resistance September 6th of 2021 as resistance again before rolling over more. And that'd be your dead cat, you know? I think you'd be close to it anyway. High low. Dang, dude, that'd be real close. That'd be perfect. If you start rolling over there, man, I don't know, maybe buying puts or something. Like a put, like a protective put or something, right? Shoot, dude. I'll just show you, you know, your NASDAQ. And you just go to the weekly, dude, and then you just scale out a normal scale out, and you just see it, right? It's like that's your previous discernible major swing low from the COVID crash, and you went straight up until now. You've actually now, I think there's validity to the anchoring of Fibonacci now. Finally, like it didn't even make sense here, February last year. So the low to high, what we know about traditional technical analysis, you know. Your golden zone. You're already getting there. I mean, I think you'd be going to 12,554 to at least go test this March low, March last year low. That's your zone. That's the golden zone. That is where assets, you know, based on research with Fibonacci, they normally retrace before they catch some sort of more serious reaction. Not even reversal. They just react before painting lower high and then dumping again. And then like, you know, again, this is an index fund, so it may be different. And, you know, Jerome Powell and money printing and bullcrap fake market, but you know, these are the two fib nodes where the big, crazy, big money gets made, where you get the more serious reversals to the upside where everything continues. Down here, this time it's different though. It's the index fund. Dude, this is totally normal. This is good. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. You see, like, you're in a parabolic uptrend since the bottom of the global financial crisis. And do you see, like, you could go, the Qs could literally crash down to 245, test this curved line, and still be in a valid parabolic uptrend. You've reverted so far away from the mean of the trend itself. It's dangerous, man. It's super dangerous. Look, I mean, the COVID crash low, it required a COVID crash, the fastest 30% drawdown in the history of the stock market, to test that level before then bouncing near it, around it, to all-time highs, right? So, saying if you don't think there's downside potential because this time is different, you are mistaken. It could very well do something bad, and it could be slow going, grindy, and take a long time, man. Could take months. And what would we know? I mean, it's like this going on with this data, where it's literally never been bucked before in history since 1950. You've only made negative returns on the S&P this year, midterm years. And the next year's insane though. You like whipsaw, you go the other way. So will it be different this time? Not a good start. Not a good start at all. This is the worst start of a year for Bitcoin in its history. I think one of the worst starts ever for the S&P 500 too. So, you know, there was hopium, and it doesn't matter, dude. It's like hopium. That's the whole point of saying hopium. It means, like, there's no hope. There's no, like, reasonable, like, thing going on, an aggregate of variables that are all lining up telling us the same thing. That is not hopium. That's a strong argument. Hopium's just a joke. We'll see what happens off of it. Certainly not actionable. That's hopium. When there is no hope, pretty much. But here's the problem, man. Look at the weekly, dude. Like we talked about already. It's like what was once resistance is now confirmed to be resistance again. Man, I wish there was a bullish argument. I really wish there was, dude. I wish it was like triple MACD, bullish divergence. I know, I wish, dude. Alright, I've been live an hour and 15-ish minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, like button, bell, sub stuff if you want to. It doesn't really matter, man. I don't grow anymore anyway. I don't think likes are going to help discoverability or anything anymore. So, I guess I'm ready. I guess my body is ready for all the bad that comes with bear markets for the streamer, dude. Because it gets trying, troubling times. So, I will leave you to it as Bitcoin begins the week with a dump. Because it was showing exhaustion in a downtrend, right? It was there. Like, we go live and it's like, the first thing we talk about is like, you're confirming a top and there's lower levels on the second peak. And, you know, it's not like it can't just rally here, but dang, that's not a good sign. And the fact you can never break 60 on the RSI, you still can't. And just imagine, if Bitcoin goes down 2.6%, altcoins are going to go down like 4 to 5, 8, 10%. And this chart right here is what tells us that. Right here. Bitcoin dominance. Right here, man. Like, this could continue to just rally. You know, there's no seller exhaustion. If Bitcoin really starts dumping, the altcoins start dumping more, this is going to rally. And at good levels, right? It makes plenty of sense why it would rally here. At least somewhat. I think you'd go back up to 50% again. Or at least 48% again. Like all that, it's crazy how much divergence it just kept developing every time you made a low.
Thank you. Mitch, clapping hands, collision, folded hands.
What's up, Henry, dude? Thank you, man, for the 20 super chat. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. There was only a candle close confirmation. It's already failed, chat. Literally already failed to break. The hopium is over. It's done already. No more. These should be on the weekly. Yeah, dude. So now the hopium is no more. It's now copium. Copium's like, yep. You understand it was a joke. There wasn't much hope. There was only a full sub exactly. And yeah, it's done. So it's like, back below it. But maybe next time. Maybe next time it breaks. But you had this too. I mean, you really did kind of have like, look, June. Oh my God, we're going to break it, dude. Nope. And then it's like, then in late June, July 4th, and then July 11th. How many times? Oh my God, we're going to do it. And I think intraday, though, I remember monitoring it. It's like it was breaking, and then it just pulls back during the day. And then look, it sells up. Then one more. Then it breaks. Right, July 21st. When Bitcoin literally made the lowest price in 6 months on candle close. The next day, it then did that. So it's just, sorry. I'm about to tweet and say, hopium becomes copium. Direct. Yikes, dude. Big yikes. Confirmation high, right? I mean, it's like, I'll just blow it. Okay, one time, market participants don't really know. You sell off, oh no, then a pivot. And then the weekend, you just grind on up. And then this develops, man. Exhaustion. And what do we know? When you're in a bear trend, bearish patterns, bearish indicators, and bearish trends can oftentimes be reliable, and they can oftentimes outperform. So if this thing outperforms, you're going to an 886. You're going down from the low to the high. You will be seeing 33,670 if this thing just performs pretty well in a downtrend. 36.70, you're 886. Clown market, just bear market. You know, it's like whatever. It was clown market. Now it's like this was maybe clown market because you're like 886s and all that. Type 2s, no, it's just consecutive lower highs, consecutive lower highs. You know, now you're starting to, now you know what you're gonna do. You probably sell off, pivot, and then rally one more time, make a lower high. And it's like, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 right here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You just make 3 peaks and you just dump again. It's like almost extremely predictable. My God. See, I was just thinking though, you know, like sometimes in these downtrends, you do have nice retraces, and you do end up making 786s, 886s from your previous lows in the downtrend, and you make those bearish Gartley, bearish bats, and they're extremely actionable for shorts. And you know, back testing old support resistance as resistance again at PCZs. That's awesome arguments for short setups. But we never even got there. We're so weak, you can't even get there. So it's like the argument of maybe the X, the A, the B, the C, the D now becomes, okay, I remember this happening in like July of 2019, where this is all happening, oh, a higher low. Nah, you end up doing a lower low, and then you start with the M shape, right? You start doing something like this. Yep, and then you rally either 786 or an 886. You know, that makes sense too. All right, the lower low, the downtrend, the cipher, the shark in the downtrend, I guess makes more sense than a bat that would be a higher low. Yeah, I just don't be surprised. This is something that could develop for sure. Right? Also, you can think about like reciprocal ABCD stuff going on. Concurrently, it's like A. It's like B, you just put in C, 618 kind of too, right? So what does that mean? A 1618? Or, you know, maybe just a 1272 because it makes sense. But the 1618 takes you like 29K. Man, I hope everything rallies, dude. I hope this fails. I hope it's all just like Rudy Poo. Okay, time to moon. Because the index funds rally or something, right? That's your hopium. That. My God, dude. So many crypto market participants are in crypto because screw the man, screw stocks, stock market, and the billionaires and all that. And it's like, well, you have to like pray for them now. You must pray because the Bitcoin is now just a glorified tech stock now. Yep, it is. Now, you know, when things bottom out on the index funds, Bitcoin most of the time actually outperforms and, you know, ends up becoming one of the best performers in the world for the year. Last year, Bitcoin was one of the top gainers of the year, but guess what outperformed it? Coffee. So you got to look. You're looking at these commodity markets that are in higher highs, higher lows, bull trends that you'd want to see crypto in. They're just not there. So there are bull trends, not many of them, but they're going on, and they're starting to get overheated too, like crazy. Like again, cotton on Friday made a fresh decade high. Orange juice futures, it dumped down 6% just because I think it was only pumping hard straight up just because supply shock in Florida. Yeah, oil is the only asset year to date that's up. Okay, every single sector that exists on the S&P or like on the stock market is down year to date, and oil's up like 17-18% on the year since January 1st. So yep, that's another thing. Okay, good luck, chat. I just don't tell you. It's just, though at any time, of course, there can always be a crazy impulse candle. But if you're talking about, we're just looking at a chart, there's nothing really implying good stuff literally next. You know, nothing's implying, yes, soon, moon. No moon soon. We look at U.S. oil every day. It's not the weekend, so I mean I'll look at it again. And on the new week, it's already up almost 1%. The bull flag breakout already. Okay, your target's probably 93. You know, we don't know. Like we thought, hey, it could be going for that second, like one high, 65K for Bitcoin, then 69K. Could be doing that on U.S. oil, but nope, too bullish, way too bullish. So it's like if you owned any energy assets, and even if you owned other assets that weren't in energy, you were hedging pretty decently because of great outperformance. So that's it, man, dude. It just keeps going. So effing strong. Look what it's doing. You know, 86.91, right? 2010, I believe. You got to go all the way back, dude. It was the first time in history that it acted as resistance. Look at this, chat, on U.S. oil. April of 2010, 3 different times. It was resistance before a major markdown. Now it is above it and back testing it as support. Remember when it did that the first time? It tested as support and then went all the way to literally $114 plus. It's crazy, man. It's a different world. Oil. And we were here every day. We were here before the break of the supply line. The dragon. It's the dragon. You're working on the tail. The tail's legendary. Once you get to 1272 on the dragon tail, it gets put in Game of Thrones lore or Lord of the Rings lore. You know, you go to 91, it's going to be in history books. This one's going to be called Oil X Saran or something, dude. The name of the dragon, anyway. So. Big yikes. Crypto's screwed. And it could continue being screwed for a while. So just remember, anything that presents itself as a bullish argument until things change, it will be possibly unreliable. And it will, if it does play out, it will underperform. Chainlink's a great example, right? And they were kind of trying to develop everywhere, right? Across the market. Look, dude, it's just like, holy crap, dude, it's a momentum shifting pattern. And then it breaks the neckline and then just does this. Because, and then like kind of diverging a little bit. Couldn't spend much time above 60 on the 4 hour. That's weak, man. Underperforming and could very well be failing soon because Bitcoin is dumping right now on the new. Dude, think about it. Right, it's been an hour, 13 minutes. And Bitcoin's down $1,000 in an hour and 13 minutes, almost 3% on the new week. Asia's awake. You just on the last week confirmed what was once resistance historically on the weekly is resistance again. And on Ethereum too. But it's not good, man. Sorry the party sucks, man. I wish that, like, dude, we had so many good days. So it's just like, you know, I'm grateful for the being able to be here for the COVID crash and after, right? Throughout all this. But then, you know, when this date happened, when the 1st of January 2021 occurred, the majority of people who participate in Bitcoin joined and ruined it for the rest of us 45%ers. I'm just kidding, not really, because the market just went sideways forever. Now it's not good. Now it's like you're probably going to see 31K, 30K. You're in a downtrend, and there's no end in sight, really. It's nice that an 886 got hit, but then give me a second test. Confirm that the bottom's in at 33K, and then maybe it's amazing. But you got to go test that level first. Okay, let's go get one more test. More participants love that. But you're so close to like the real levels that maybe you make the lower low. Dang, man, do I have to stick around for a dump stream, chat? I'm just gonna get in, get out, be done, man. Rams or 49ers, dude. Oh no, man. They're both solid teams. Just like today. How could you? Oh, I know the Bengals are gonna win, man. How close it was. How evenly matched the teams were. It's insane. Just the parity is so high in NFL. It's how do you even guess? Because even when you think you have an edge, presented with statistical arguments, It could just get blown out, and oftentimes does get blown out. 10-7 San Fran right now. Yeah. It's like a close game. Well, remember, it was by the third or something. Third quarter, it was 21-3. The team that lost was winning 21-3. How about that, right? It just... Yeah, playoffs have been fun to watch this year. I'm not really a big NFL guy. I don't really follow it, but, you know, I check it out. Oh, this thing's in the fourth quarter. You know, watch. It's fun. Anyway. Confirmation high, chat, in a downtrend. So it's probably going to outperform. Probably going to perform very well, right? The third high, how well did it perform? Very well, right? Even here in 60-minute, this performed extremely well when it played out. This was the only one. This is the weird one, right? But we were able to identify the shortening of thrust and the bullish divergence of the 4 hour that gave us a chance to see maybe a relief rally. You got it. But look how underperforming that rally was, where it just went up to test. And then you go to the daily or 12 hour and you can see one high. No one knew the top was in December 7th. But on the second high, even you could see 2 highs locally. Market participants then realized the top was in. First time you don't know. Second time they knew. And then a markdown back to that same level, and then created the bearish continuation structure on the 60-minute, even visible kind of the 4 hour, and then it dumped, and then held support, absorption of remaining demand, and then you started dumping. Once that lower high got put in, you started that price action. Jerome Powell spoke that day. That was when you knew. That was when, you know, sound the alarms. This is probably gonna get real bad, and it did get very bad, and doesn't seem like it's over yet. Just started showing negative momentum on the 4 hour. That's your first histogram wick since the 23rd. It is the 30th now. It's not predictions. They're just like you apply traditional technical analysis and then they fail. All right, so you understand anything that looks kind of bullish. Like, oh, it makes sense to... Nah, dude. Look, this is a bear flag on BNB. You know what the measured move of the bear flag is? You don't want to know. I don't think you want to know. And I'll be as conservative as I can here. I mean, like, we'll just go... Not even from the top, which maybe I could do the top. But I'm just talking about from right where it just collapsed. And then not even where the wick went. I'm just going where the candle closed in the 4 hour. That's conservative, right? Of a flag measure or a pole measure move. I mean, if this is respected and actually breaks down, I mean, your target's 240. 240, which is right around the same price as June 24th. Pretty close to March last year. Yeah, I mean, you have some serious downside potential here. If the TA, I'm talking, we're in a downtrend, okay? Undeniable lower highs, lower lows. And you're presenting a bearish continuation pattern. If the TA is 100% respected because you're in the downtrend, then you go to 240 next, soon-ish. While Bitcoin, you don't want to know. Bitcoin's going to be at 32K, 30K by then. And every other altcoin will be devastated. Yikes, dude. Protect yourself at least, man. We're not in the rainbow, you know, pony market anymore. We're in the nightmares market. But it's cool though, because we're getting some nice confirmation that the trend we're in is still intact. Very well intact downtrend. Okay. We know this because we know about harmonics, and we understand from an X to a D. This is where, if we were truly in a bull market still, we would be catching substantially stronger reactions than we just got this weekend. It'd be way better. You can get a 430 plus for the type 1. I don't think like, no, it's just like we're in a downtrend and it is, yep, okay. Pray for the index funds, chat. That's all I can say. So I'll just leave y'all to it, sticking around for a little bit just to console for a little bit. If we were in a bull trend, we'd already be rallying much stronger than we are now. Just saying. So Oh yeah, futures. I didn't think they were. We were looking at them and they weren't really moving much. Yeah, futures aren't doing anything. Down 0.3%, 2-3%. That's not much, man. That's not down at all. This isn't delayed either. This is real time. Yeah, so it's just like you either bear flag now. I mean, dude, again, just think about if this is the consolidation structure, right? I just anchored 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and then another touch happened, and then another one, right? And you're holding really well. You could, again, eventually be inside of this consolidation structure and see 45.40, 45.50 almost, which that makes plenty of sense. September's peak, you could see that in this pattern. You don't even want to know. A bear pull, bear flag combination measure move is much, much lower prices, man. Yikes. Yeah, so not much movement so far on the futures. Yeah, but everyone was calling for 10K, 30K. Okay. But they were wrong. Well, we knew, like, we never expect anything, okay? And I was here live each day during this. And as soon as it broke back above, Jack Dorsey, Kathy Wood, Elon Musk had the talk, right? The live stream. As soon as you broke back above it, that's when that daily RSI trend line broke. That's when you rejected the prices. The support that you broke, you're back above it. Everything changed that day. That's how fast things can change. But until then, it looked terrible because that day, July 20th, you got the close. It was the lowest daily candle close since January 1st. It was like a 6-7 month low. Okay, but it's not about the breakdown itself. It is about the follow through you receive after the breakdown. There was no dump. It was rejection. You reject, so things changed, right? But all that being said, did we really even know the top was in on the weekly or majorly, right? Well, once you bottomed out, you went to all-time highs. But then you confirmed the top, one high, then the second high. And now we're getting right back down near those levels. We will probably soon see 30K again. I'm sure in this downtrend probably at some point. It's not the same context as it was before because the most recent discernible major event was a confirmation high on like the weekly on Bitcoin. So you getting back down to the level this time is probably not good. It's not the same context. I don't think anyway. So, yeah, natural gas, spring back test spring look great. Like higher low in an uptrend, right? Bull trend. Yeah, but not crypto. Sorry, man. I can't make the market become bullish. Bitcoin's down almost 3% on the new week, and there you go. You got multiple assets down 5%. Storage down 6%. Links down 5.6%. DNS down 5%. Mana down 5%. Which I think those metaverse plays are going for the full 886 retrace. Like, so they got a long way to go down too. All right, well, that's all I can say. And so I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, Sunday evening. You don't get those, what are they called? Sunday scares, Monday scares, whatever they're called. But just know we're not in a bull trend, unfortunately, in crypto, and that's confirmed. And soon, I think that it will be confirmed on the S&P that we are going into a correction. All we need is a confirmed lower high than the all-time high, and it's done. Then it's like it'll be a while, and then this will reinforce that. I mean, completely. This right here, all you need to know about what we're about to do on the S&P in the next few weeks. To maybe we rally, it might be a strong rally, maybe make a 786 retrace. Chances are 786, 886, 50%, 38%, it's gonna be a lower high than the previous high, and we're gonna roll over. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
I can't even begin to stop. I realize I'm not the only man that ever made love to you. But I'm the only man that knows how to keep you. Okay, baby. Your body's mine, I believe you.
Price gonna dip.